Welcome to America, people. Welcome to my new home in the woods. I just got my house set up. I have two jobs. And in those two jobs, I currently make more than my ex-husband and I made in the first 10 years of our marriage combined. And yet, I can't find a place to live. There's multiple issues at play here. I was living in a seasonal place that I had to move out of this week because it's like a summer cottage hotel place, and she needs to make money. And that place was $1,800 a month, and I still had to pay to put my stuff in storage. What does a girl do? I'm not going to quit my job right now, or jobs. No way. So I already had camping equipment from during the pandemic. Figured, why don't I attempt to romanticize this shit out of my life and make my home outside for the summer? Because otherwise I'm just going to cry. And I got pretty twinkle lights, so it shouldn't be too terrible. The issues are there's zero inventory, too many Airbnbs, sitting empty no less, people in big houses and only one person living there, people owning multiple houses and not living in any of them, the fact that I'm 52 and single and people don't want to rent even a one bedroom to a single person. And can I blame them as much as it sucks? What if I lose my job? The world's losing their jobs. At least if they rent to two people, there's a chance they'll get their rent. So even if I can afford to pay to live somewhere, I can't find a place. This isn't ideal when you're working two jobs. And it's not super close to work, but it's fine. There's no traffic. But I'm 52 and single and living in a tent.
Buying a home in America used to be part of the American dream, and now it feels like a cruel joke in 2025 because of the sky-high prices of the homes, the outrageous property taxes, the crazy, insane insurance costs. And it's like, who's even in the market for all of this anymore?
A lot of people wonder what it's like living in a canvas tent. So let me show you. We cook just like regular people, just in a little toaster oven or microwave or skillet or a crock pot. We have electricity just like everybody else too, but we use jackeries instead of a power company. We have heat in the winter, we have fans and AC in the summer. And I bet you're wondering about a bathroom. Yes, we have a bathroom, outside composting toilet, and outdoor shower. It is absolutely amazing. We get our water hauled in for super cheap, 2 cents a gallon. We even built this fence right here to block the wind against our canvas tent. We do pretty much the same things everybody else does, just a little bit different.
We're a family of 8 living in a tent in a 24-foot camper by choice. You ever been so broke that you started budgeting out toilet paper squares? Gave up the house, gave up the bills, gave up the fake idea of stability that was really just a paycheck to paycheck and panic attack. We work 70 hours a week to live a life that we can't even enjoy. So now we're doing it different.
Hi, just wanted to give you another update. I'm here at my campsite right here. I did find me a heater, which it's right here for my tent. Now I got to figure out how to get some propane for it, but at least it's a step in the right direction. So far, all the resources have helped me find houses. Still, there's nothing out there. I'm just amazed at how many people are living in tent, and it just saddens me, you know, to see. Especially, there's a veteran that's staying out in a tent on the other end of town, and he can barely walk, and so it's not just me, I know that. But I just wanted to give an update. I'm really tired, wore out. My health isn't the greatest, and well, that's it for right now.
Putting another tarp over this because it was really cold last night, so we need some more cover from the wind. Just got this here. We're finding the corners. We're gonna put it around this. Got this rope here. Tested this tree because this pillar wasn't in there. We like see the multiple holes. There might be like a rock in there or something.
How's it looking over there?
Good.
The reality is that the average person is completely priced out, and homes that sold for $200,000 5 years ago even is now like $400,000, and that's even if you can find one at that price. How can you have a beginner home, a starter home for a new family even that is trying to just start out and purchase a home? And then let's talk about interest rates. you can't find a good interest rate. Forget 2%, 3%. Most people right now are staring at 7% or 8%, even 9%. And again, add on the soaring insurance premiums and the property taxes that feel already like a second mortgage. It's no wonder that so many people are just kind of giving up on the dream of home ownership. What do you do when the system feels so broken? So let's talk about a few things, especially needs versus wants. When it comes to looking for a home, now is probably not the best time to get the big dream home. You might just need to get something smaller, something that maybe you wouldn't have considered before, something that's older, that needs more work, because if you can get a fixer-upper at a good price, then at least you can fix the home up as you go along. That's something that we have done multiple times, and it's really worked out well for us. Another option that a lot of people are doing is buying land where you can build slow and steady on. You can maybe put an RV on there temporarily. Make sure you check your zoning and legalities around where you are, because everywhere is different, every state, every county. But that's another option as well. Owner financed land is another option too when you are thinking about land. So land can be a really good thing to get. Now you have to be educated before you purchase land, because there's a lot of things that go into that, but it's a good option for a lot of people. And start to think creatively about where you choose to live. So maybe it should be in a more rural town, a more small town. You can look at living in a manufactured home, or maybe about building a barn dominion. A lot of people are looking into building shed to homes, and that's a very popular option right now. The only thing is you really need to make sure with your county that it is allowed, because that can be a tricky one to navigate. Also, a huge thing would be to strengthen your finances, pay off small debts, boost up your credit score, start putting together an emergency fund. That means having at least whatever you can do put aside for a rainy day. So if it's $200, $500, $1,000, $5,000, whatever it is that you can do, start putting that money aside, because things can happen at any point in time, and you don't always want to have to rely on credit cards or maybe reaching out to family. You want to feel like you can take responsibility for yourself. And it's not easy to save up large pots of money, but whatever you can do, just start putting it aside and start saving that. This is a great thing to do, especially if you're not in the market to be able to purchase anything right now. Maybe financially you can't make any moves, but you can start to put some money aside and work towards saving up for eventually, whether it's an RV to put on some land, or you want to build a shed to home, or you want to put a down payment on a home, whatever it is, but you need to start putting some money together and save for that. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with teaming up with family to just basically live multiple generations in one household. And you can do that with family. You can also try and do it with friends, but try and do that to split the costs of wherever it is that you are dwelling, because you can carry the burden a lot easier if it is split up amongst multiple people. I know it's not something that people are doing now, but it is something that has been done over past generations, and it was a very common thing to live, especially with family in a multi-generational home. So stay encouraged, because these times are really hard for everyone, and it's not a type of season where it's a one shoe fits all situation. A lot of people have to make different creative decisions based on what is right for themselves and their family, and it's not going to look the same for everybody. So some people will choose to not purchase a home and rent. Other people are going to move in with family or friends. Other people may choose to buy an RV and do that route. It's different for everybody, and that's okay. So stay encouraged. Leave any comments down in the comment section below on your thoughts, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.